All right. So, you know, he mentioned Robin Lehner and how maybe that was the significance or the sign that a rebuild was coming. They went from having Robin Lehner and Corey Crawford, two arguably #1 goaltenders, to now going with the guys of the future, which in a lot of the team's minds probably aren't really your go-to #1 type guys at this point in their career. What do you make of the Blackhawks?
Well, I think Mark said it. This probably could have happened 2 or 3 years ago, and it would have been appropriate then. I mean, they had a great run. You know, a decade-long run of excellence and competing for cups. But it's tricky now as guys get older and contracts get tighter, and you have to turn some things over and find some different answers. So they're looking to guys who are not that young in age, but maybe just young in experience when it comes to trying to find a starting goalie. And we know Malcolm Subban the best perhaps because of he's played the most. But they're just hoping they hit one of them. They got 4 options there. They'll look for other ones, and they're hoping that one wins that battle, becomes the bona fide #1, and then can grow into that role. I get what the issue is for the core players. I get being frustrated. Nobody wants to hear about rebuild, retool. Nobody does any of that. They just want to repeat. They just want to keep going and being good. And the guys who have been there for all the victories, they know that by the time the Blackhawks will be competitive again, they won't be there anymore. Their contracts will be up, and they'll be moved on, or whatever it is. And so they don't want these years when they are still excellent players. Taves had a good year. Kane, we know. Keith for sure. Seabrook, we respect how hard he's trying to come back. We understand why they don't want to do that for the next 2 or 3 years. But we also understand why the Blackhawks probably have to do that for the next couple of years. And I think it really breaks down to a difference in communication. Where I think Jonathan Taves would have appreciated that kind of talk. This is where we're going, this is why, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm not going to change my mind if it doesn't make you happy, but at least you have a heads up.
Like, transparency goes a long way.
Stan Bowman's like, you're the player, I'm the GM. I'm going to continue to manage. I'm not going to ask you what player we should have. I'm not going to ask you what goalie we need. That's my job. But at least perhaps letting you know in advance of what's happening and the direction we're heading, not necessarily individual moves, but the direction we're going. Maybe softens the blow of Saad going out the door or Corey Crawford going out the door. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. However he feels about it, the team's going to be the team, whether he found out about it last week or finds out about it this week. That's the direction they should be going. It's probably the right move, even if those top core older players don't like it.
I mean, it does remind me, though, of Henrik Lundqvist's situation, right, with the Rangers. And, like, he knew that it was a rebuild, and he decided to stick around.
Yeah, but obviously, I think if you're being, like, the thing is with Taves and Kane, they're so competitive and been so good. They believe they can win still.
Right now.
And that's part of what makes them great. The reality is they can't. That team can't win the way it's built right now. Now, I know they won a round of the playoffs. Poster
board material right out there.
They can't win the Stanley Cup the way they're built right now. And that's the reality. And if that's what they want to go to, they have to change things to get back to that level.